Hi, my name is Steve Stine from GuitarZoom, and today we're going to be looking at 5 really easy songs that you can learn to play in a week, as long as you know these chords, all right? So we're going to be looking at some songs that use the chords G, C, and D. So if we take a look at this, it doesn't matter how you play your G. Maybe you play your G with 3 fingers. Maybe you play your G with 4 fingers. Okay? Maybe you play your C like this, the traditional way, or maybe you play your C as a C add 9, okay? It doesn't make any difference, whatever works for you. For our examples, I'm going to be using the G as a 4 finger, and then the C chord, I'm simply going to move these 2 fingers down and create what's called a C add 9 chord, and then we've got our D chord down here. All right? So what we want to do is learn these 5 songs, and I guarantee you by the end of this video, you're going to be able to play all 5 of these, again, if you know these chords. And if you don't, of course, you're going to need to practice these a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn 3 songs that use these chords exactly the same way. So the first one's going to be Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd. So what you're going to be doing is taking a D chord, and then moving to this C, or C add 9 in my case, and then you're going to move to the G. Okay, so if we give it some tempo here, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so what you're really doing is playing D for a measure, C or C add 9, whatever you like for a measure, and then G for 2 measures. Now, the trick to playing along with songs is depending on where you are in your guitar journey, you may have to simplify some elements, okay? Now, really, Sweet Home Alabama sounds like this. But if you're not used to doing, all this picking sort of thing and that, what we want to do is bypass that to begin with and just learn how to play what we'll call the skeleton of the song. So we can actually learn to play along with the song from the beginning to the end. That's always a great way to start. And then once you've learned how to actually be able to play along, then you can go in and start learning more of the refinements of the song. But, learn to have the experience of playing from the beginning of a song all the way to the end so you can learn what it feels like to play for 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 minutes along with a song as best you can. So with this song, we're just going to be going D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 4. Now you could strum more. Maybe you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You could add some ups in between. The goal is for you to figure out where you need to be in terms of your strumming. And of course, as you learn these songs, you'll start figuring out, hey, I need more work in moving from D to C or C to G, or I need more work in my strumming. Well, that's great. Now you know what you need to work on. So the next song we're going to look at is Werewolves of London by Warren Zevon. Same exact thing. A little bit different tempo, but it's still going to go D, C, G, D, same thing. Now if you think about this song, it's got that beginning that kind of sounds like that going on. So with the same 3 chords, the same chord progression, you can play exactly the same idea, but with a different song. The next one we're going to look at is All Summer Long by Kid Rock, and guess what? It's exactly the same thing again. So here's your 3rd song doing the exact same thing, okay? So you could be doing D, C, G. So you jump on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, you make a playlist, you throw these 3 songs in there, and now you've got some time to practice this chord progression, right? Strumming, all of these different kinds of things. The next song we're going to do, the 4th song, is going to be Can't You See by Marshall Tucker. Now this song uses the same 3 chords, but the order is just a little bit different, and the tempo is quite a bit slower. So in this one, we've got D, C, just like before, G, but you end with D again. So with this song, it's what I call a chord sandwich. You're starting with the D, and you're ending with the D. That's like the bread. And in the middle, you've got your C and your G chords, okay? So you have to remember with this one, we're not playing D, C, G, G. We're playing D, C, G, D. So we're ending with a D chord, and then we're starting again with this D chord, all right? That's how this song's going to go. Again, a lot slower. Same rules, though. You know, when you first start trying to play along, maybe you need to strum a little less to get comfortable with it. You know, listen to the song, think about where the chord changes are, practice bouncing your chords. I've got, you know, videos that talk about bouncing and all sorts of different things. You know, make sure that your chords are fast enough for the changes. Then you start adding in some strumming, right? Number one, know how the song goes. Know what the chords are, know where the changes are. Listen to the song, get used to that sort of thing. Number two, you start practicing bouncing the chord changes. Make sure you know the chords. You know, you can make the changes. And then step three, start figuring out how you're going to strum along with this. All right? So those are the first four songs. The fifth song we're going to do is Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan. This one's going to add one new chord, which is the A minor chord. Now, A minor looks like this. Okay, so if you don't know A minor, that's definitely a chord that you're going to want to learn. I don't want the video to get too long talking about how to play all of these. You can certainly look that up if you need to. So G and C, you might play those with different fingerings a different way. That's perfectly fine. D is probably going to be D, and A minor is probably going to be A minor, okay? So with this song, what you're doing is you're going G, D, A minor for two measures. Then G, D, and then C, however you'd like to play C, for two measures. So if we think about it like this, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I was to lay this out in front of you, you'd have G, D, A minor, G, D, C, C. So you're just replacing the A minor with a C chord. That's all that's happening, and there are no other changes in this song. Okay? Now, if you study further, you'll learn that, for instance, there are a couple of small spots in Sweet Home Alabama where there's an F chord tucked in there. Because somebody will always say, hey, what about the F chord? Well, when I teach songs like this to beginners, we don't throw ourselves into the weeds by trying to learn an F chord. F already is hard enough the way it is. So it's just easier to bypass that F, learn how to play along with the song just using D, C, and G, have some fun with the tune, learn how to play for a period of time, you know, from beginning to end, all that sort of thing. Develop your chords. And then again, once you get comfortable with it, start putting in some of the more refined elements to make it however you want to do to play along with the song. All right? Thank you for watching this video. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to support the channel so we can continue to bring you more free content, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications and let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you'd like more in-depth training and courses, go to guitarzoom.com and get started for free today.